Welcome students. Last time we started with the topic reproduction in lower and higher animals. Today we are going to discuss the sexual reproduction in human being. In last lecture we discussed about the structure of the gametes, male gamete sperm and female gamete ovum. When these two gametes fuse together, they form a single celled diploid zygote. Where these gametes are formed? They are formed in the reproductive system, human. So we start with the part second, that is human reproductive system, male reproductive system. Today we are going to consider the primary sex organ testes and accessory ducts. This is the diagram of the male reproductive system. What is the role of male reproductive system? The role is that this system form a male gamete, that is the sperm, which is the elongated cell. When this sperm gets fused with the ovum, that is female gamete, it forms a single cell diploid zygote, which further undergoes development and form offsprings. Not only they only involved in the zygote formation, they also involved in the secretion of the chemical messenger, that is hormone, androgen or testosterone. It is secreted from the male reproductive system, so it is known as the male sex hormone. What is the role of this sex hormone? See this diagram. Primary sex organ, that is testes, which are present outside the abdomen in a pouch, that is scrotum. This testes secretes the hormone testosterone, which plays an important role during puberty. What is puberty? Puberty is the age at which the reproductive system, parts of the reproductive system becomes functional and the individual undergoes the sexual maturity. Testes start to begin the secretion of the testosterone and begin to formation of the male gamete, that is sperm. This puberty is onset from the age 12 to 15 years old, and some secondary sexual characters develop during this puberty, like development of the facial hairs, mustache, beard, broad shoulders, and change in the voice, that is the low pitch voice. And testes become functional, that is the puberty, which is under the control of the hormone testosterone. Now come to the point, that is parts of the male reproductive system. Testes, which are the primary sex organs, also called as genital organs or the gonads, accessory ducts, glands, and external genitalia. Why the name is external genitalia? Because these organs are present outside the abdomen, so the word external genitalia. Now here the diagram of the male reproductive system. The parts: testes, primary sex organs, ducts like epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct, urethra, glands like seminal vesicle, prostate gland, Cowper's gland, external genital organ, that is penis, urinary bladder. It is a part of the excretory system, but the reproductive organs are associated with this. So in diagram there is a labeling, that is urinary bladder, glans penis. Okay, now let us consider testes, primary sex organ, where it is located, what is the peculiarity of the testes, and what is the function of these testes. Now these organs are paired and mesodermal in origin. We know that the animals are diploblastic, some animals are triploblastic. What is the meaning of diploblastic? That is, the body is made up of two germ layers, outer ectoderm, inner endoderm. And some animals, for example human beings, higher animals, they are triploblastic, that is body wall is made up of three layers. These are outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, inner endoderm. And testes are mesodermal in origin. What is the shape of this testes? That is oval in shape, and the length is about 4 to 5 centimeter, 2 to 3 centimeter wide, and 3 centimeter in thick. Where they are located? They are located in a pouch that is known as the scrotum, which is a loose pouch, pigmented skin, and it is this pouch is present outside the abdomen, so it is extra abdominal in position. In this diagram, there is a scrotum. It is a lateral view of the male reproductive system. But the location in fetus is different. What is the meaning of the fetus? Here is the diagram of the fetus. The embryo, that is in pregnant woman, which is about 10 to 12 weeks. When the embryo is 10 to 12 weeks, it is known as fetus. In this fetus condition, testes develop in abdominal cavity, but later they descend into the scrotal sac through inguinal canal passage. Here is the diagram of the inguinal canal, which is intra-abdominal in position, and in which testis is present. That condition, that is undescended testis. Testis also here known as the testicle. Inguinal cavity having a ring. Through this ring, they descend into the scrotum, which is present outside the abdomen between the two thigh regions. Here is another diagram which shows the broad view. Extra abdominal testes in the scrotum, and the remaining parts of the reproductive system are intra-abdominal in position. There is one condition, that is inguinal hernia. What is inguinal hernia? We already in previous slide, that is inguinal canal. In fetus condition, they are present in, testes are present in inside the abdomen, but after that they descend into the scrotal sac through the inguinal canal. In inguinal hernia, what happens is loop of small intestine in this diagram. They descend into the scrotum along with the testes, and that condition is dangerous, and that condition is known as inguinal hernia. Here the photographs of the inguinal hernia in children. Here the size of the scrotum, and on one side of the scrotum intestinal loop is found. Another condition, that is cryptorchidism. What is cryptorchidism? Here the two photographs. In first photograph, that is the normal position of the testis in the scrotum, and in second, that is the testes do not completely descend into the scrotum. They stop between the groin and the scrotum. What is the groin? That is the thigh region. Second photograph, some testes stays of normal pathway but above the groin. Such condition is known as cryptorchidism, that is failure of the testes to descend into the scrotum. So there is a difference in the inguinal hernia and cryptorchidism. In inguinal hernia, intestine descend into the scrotum, and in cryptorchidism, testes failed to descend into the scrotum. Now, what structures are present inside testes? So, for that, we are going to study longitudinal section of the testes. It shows some tubules inside, network of the tubules, long ducts, and externally 3 wall layers. The sperm are produced in these testes. Testes held in position in the scrotum by a spermatic cord. Here the original photo of the testes. This one is the spermatic cord. Now the wall layers, tunica vaginalis, outer wall layer, which is incomplete peritoneal covering. What is peritoneum? It is a watery like membrane which covers the body organs. Body wall covered by parietal peritoneum, and visceral organs are covered by the visceral peritoneum. Heart is covered by double peritoneum, that is known as the pericardium. What is the function of this peritoneum? This peritoneum protects the organs, always keep the organs moist and avoid their friction. Next most, that is tunica albuginea, which is a collagenous connective tissue layers that is made up of white fibrous connective tissue. From tunica albuginea, fibrous connective tissue fibers divides the testis, that is the septum, divides testis into many lobules. The number of these lobules is about 200 to 300, known as the testicular lobules. In each lobule, 1 to 4 convoluted tubules are present, known as seminiferous tubule. They are the structural and functional unit of testes. Reproductive ducts are found inside the testes, known as the accessory ducts. 200 to 300 testicular lobules. These seminiferous tubules converge at the posterior border of the testis and forms a network of tubules known as the rete testis. From rete testis arises 12 to 20 fine tubules. These tubules are known as vasa efferentia. All these vasa efferentia join together and forms a long 6-meter duct that is known as epididymis, which is highly coiled tube and is differentiated into 3 parts: upper head, that is known as caput; middle body, known as corpus; and lowermost, that is tail, known as the cauda. This epididymis further leads into a large duct, that is vas deferens. This vas deferens travels up to the abdominal cavity and opens into another duct, that is urethra, where the sperms are formed. And what is the role of accessory ducts of male reproductive system? See here, oval shaped testes covered by 3 wall layers: outer tunica vaginalis, middle tunica albuginea, and innermost tunica vascularis. The name vascularis indicates that it is richly vascular, supplied with the blood capillaries. From tunica albuginea arises the septum of white fibrous connective tissue, which divides the testes into the lobules known as testicular lobules. In previous slide, we already know about that there are 200 to 300 testicular lobules. In each lobule, convoluted tubules are present, known as seminiferous tubules. In each lobule, 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules are present. All these seminiferous tubules converge at the posterior border of the testes and form a network of the tubules known as rete testes. From rete testes arises 12 to 20 fine tubules. These are the fine tubules known as vasa efferentia, and all these vasa efferentia are joined to form a large, about 6-meter long tube known as epididymis. And this epididymis further opens into another duct, that is vas deferens. And the sperms are formed in the seminiferous tubules. So the seminiferous tubules are known as the structural and functional units of testes. Now, after formation, how they travel from seminiferous tubule, the vas deferens. Now, this is shown in the next slide. Here the sperm, also known as spermatozoa. Sperm are produced in seminiferous tubules. From seminiferous tubules, they enters into rete testes. From rete testes, they enters into vasa efferentia. From vasa efferentia, they enters into epididymis. From epididymis, they further enter into vas deferens. Now, the remaining accessory ducts which are present in the abdomen, that is ejaculatory duct and urethra. Now see, this is sperm which is formed in the seminiferous tubules. From epididymis they enters into the long duct, that is vas deferens. From vas deferens, sperm enters into the ejaculatory duct. This vas deferens loop over the ureter, that is arises from the urinary bladder. Ureter and urinary bladder are the parts of the excretory stream. Now the sperm enters into the ejaculatory duct, which is small duct about 2 cm, which passes through the prostate gland into the urethra. Here one is the prostate gland. This ejaculatory duct carry the seminal fluid which is secreted from the reproductive glands and sperms up to the urethra. Now sperm come into the urethra, which is a tube, long duct about 20 cm long. Here is the urethra part. From up to this to this urethra opens outside by opening known as urethral orifice or uretary meatus. It is also known as urogenital duct because it acts as a common passage for the urine as well as semen, which contains the sperm. Now see here, sperm go outside through urethral orifice.